Hello, welcome back to the playthrough of Breath of Fire. Last episode I said that you would only need the herb times 9 here, but you should also buy some antidotes as well. I'm not gonna do it because I said I didn't need it last episode and we'll see how that goes. But there is a specific enemy in the first dungeon that can poison you. And while the dungeon does give you some antidotes, it's always nice to buy some extra ones. But here we go, we are at the world map now, and it starts off pretty linear, as you can see, just basically a straight path forward. And there will be fights now, like this one, right now. There you go. This is the battle screen in Breath of Fire. It's icon-based, but I guess they didn't have time to draw icons for everything, so some of the options are just spelled out. It's fine. There's also these, which are confusing and won't come into play until much later. I don't know. And you would think this is attack, but it opens up like some other options. Okay. So these are slimes. How do you like that health bar, by the way? Great design, right? The slimes are the weakest enemy in the game. They'll probably go down in one hit. Well, okay, they have 12 HP, but sometimes Ryu can deal 12 damage to them. Even though there's 3 of them, you would think you'd get a hefty amount of experience for that, but no, they only give 1 experience each, so it'll barely do anything for your leveling up. At least they die quickly. See, 12 HP. 3 experience, and this is why I said you would need some herbs, because now Ryu is somewhat... I mean, he already lost half his HP, so just use a herb and it's fine. He's back to full. Okay, there's another fight, and it's against this guy, Bola. He's strong, but yeah, he's much stronger than the slime, so you need to be careful if you're fighting him. But he still dies in 2 hits, so... And they only give out 3 experience. The enemies in the world map, they don't give out a lot of experience. And here we are, at the second town in the game. It's also devastated. I guess we are making our way back through the Dark Dragon invasion. Apparently this is Nanai. But no, Nanai is another town, the town that we could see from this one at the world map. I don't exactly understand what's going on here, because this... Okay, we talked to the king here. He's talking about rebuilding. And there's apparently monsters in this castle. Yeah, chase the creatures from the castle. This is the first dungeon, by the way, this random castle here. This isn't Nanai, so I guess this town has some fugitives from Nanai, but it's also been destroyed. Did the Dark Dragons destroy it, or did the monsters that took control of the castle destroy it? I'm not sure exactly what's happening here, but Ryu's apparently talking, but the game doesn't let you see it, and there's nothing to see in these houses. So yeah, I don't quite understand what the backstory is for this portion of the game. We are not at full health. I need to use another herb. But this is basically all you need, I guess. The king is looking for a warrior to chase monsters from the castle, and it's the first dungeon, so here we go. So this dungeon, I was fully prepared to a fight. Let's see if it's against a new enemy. Yep, beaks. They're kind of strongish, I don't know. And yeah, enemies are gonna be faster than Ryu now. I'm not sure about this. Let's see what happens. Oh yeah, critical. There we go. Wow, I was sure I was gonna die. And yeah, the enemies in this dungeon give out a lot more experience than the enemies outside. Which is why, don't even bother with the whole leveling up until you get to the dungeon itself. Because first fight, it's probably gonna bring you to level 2, just like it did with me. And you just use a herb, and there you go, you're fine. Herbs, if I'm not mistaken, they restored, I think, about 30 to 40 HP. So a lot more than we have right now. And you come up here, there's some water. Well, first let's fight the beak. Now that we're level 2, it should be fine. Smooth sailing. Level 1 is pretty much the only really worrisome level to be in this dungeon. And there you go, we're level 3. So there's something interesting about Ryu's level experience table. And the monster dropped a herb. There's another monster that also drops a herb. The water will heal you, by the way. It'll also cure poison, but it's only found in the first part of this dungeon. Something interesting is that Ryu, I think his experience for level 3 is actually less than what you need for level 2. So, yeah, pretty much the first 2 fights in this dungeon are going to bring you up to level 3, and level 3 is a comfortable level to beat the dungeon. Which goes back to something I was saying earlier. Okay, these are the enemies that can poison you. I keep getting sidetracked. I was fully prepared to say that you would need to grind a lot in this dungeon. Because the first time I played Breath of Fire, once again, I wasn't used to somewhat grindy places in RPGs. And I thought this dungeon took forever. You would just have to stand here for a long time grinding out levels until you were ready to face the boss. But as it turns out, it's not actually that grinding. It's a little grindy. I would recommend being level 4 before you step any further. The clean water cures poison, by the way. I know I said it before, but just to show you. And both chests give you 70 GP. I don't know why there couldn't have just been one chest that gave you 140 GP, but that's okay. At level 3, the beaks should go down really easy too. I will start editing out battles really soon. I'm just showing these because they're really quick. But we do need to be level 4 for the boss. I think we will get to level 4 before anything too bad happens. Another beak. I think we can edit this one out. I don't know. Okay, here we go. Level 4. There we go. We're ready. We're ready for the next portion of the dungeon. I hope I don't get poisoned. We'll see what happens. So we come down here. There's some bones, and when you step on the bones, a little crunchy noise. Strange extra mile that the game went through. Didn't have to. Ooh, here we go. The glooms. The glooms, I think, are the most dangerous enemy in this dungeon. Even at level 4, they can deal like 8 damage to you, and they're faster than you. Well, they will be faster than you. Ooh, and they can also use this spell, which deals quite a hefty amount of damage. They're not faster than me right now. Maybe I got more agility than I got in previous runs. I don't know. They were faster than me at level 4 before, so I'm not sure what's happening, but okay, so here we go. The way that this dungeon flows, basically, there's this big-ass door here, and you think, okay, we need some keys, right? Nope, you just open it. It's fine. The way that this dungeon flows is that there's gonna be a regular dungeon level, and then there's gonna be a level that's just like this, which has 2 groups of 2 chests each. One of them will contain an item, and one of them will contain a piece of equipment, like the bronze SD. Now, what is the bronze SD? A shield, maybe? SD? Let's see. It's a sword. The swords are SD. They couldn't have chosen SW for the sword because shield, the word shield doesn't have a W in it. They chose SD, which, I mean, whatever. The shields are SH, as you can see right there for their wood shield. But if you notice, our act there went down, so we get slower by equipping the pieces of equipment that are found in this dungeon. However, the other bonuses to attack and defense more than make up for that. So you don't have to worry too much. You see, kill the gloom in 1 hit. Just be forewarned that I do believe that when you equip all 4 pieces of equipment that this dungeon will give you, you might be slower than the glooms, if I'm not mistaken. So, just be careful. The gauntlet actually made us a little faster than the shield that we were wearing before. And this, I think, is the last enemy that you can find in this dungeon, the creep. They also drop herbs. I don't think there's anything else that's special about them. They have a lot of HP, but they're not nearly as dangerous as the glooms. The Gloom is really the most powerful enemy in this dungeon. So let's just keep going. Man, am I not gonna have to do any grinding at all? That's quite exceptional. It goes very much in the face of what I thought this dungeon would be like. Oh, here we go, poison. Let's see if we can run. Ooh, we're poisoned now. Okay, so here's the thing. When you're poisoned, you will lose 1 HP every step, which pretty much is a thing that is at its most dangerous in this very place that we're at right now. Oh yeah, it also deals damage at the end of a turn. It's poison as you would expect poison to work. The monster left herb, it didn't leave an antidote. Would have been nice if it left me an antidote. So what we're gonna have to do is basically count our HP now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And use a herb when we're running a bit low. I think we can go for a little longer than 10 steps, and I think one of these chests gives us an antidote. I really hope it does, because I'm not in a very good state here. Let's see. If it's a herb, I'm kind of screwed. Okay, this is the equipment. Oof, it's a herb. I don't know. I do believe the next one is an antidote. Do I have an antidote and didn't even realize it? No, okay. Oh boy. And a fight. But it's against a beak, so it's fine. At level 4 we can handle them pretty easily. No biggie. Should use another herb. Running low on herbs. We need about 5 to face the boss. Oh boy. Herb. Okay, so still no antidotes. There are antidotes in this dungeon. I'm sure there are antidotes in this dungeon. I don't know what's happening. Oh, well, okay. Alright, so we're here. I do believe this is the final level of the dungeon. 3, 4, 15. Okay. Time to use another herb. I don't know. Oh, boy. Hopefully the Gloom will drop a herb. Died in 1 hit. I don't think the Glooms drop herbs, man. Alright. And, okay, this game has trapped chests, but the first trap is nice with you, and it recovers completely your HP and AP. And here's an antidote, which is very much appreciated. Thank you. Thank you very much. Only at the tail end of the dungeon do you get antidotes, and here is a trap that triggers your Dark Mist. But again, you lose AP, but it's just, you don't need AP right now. And it's another antidote, so those are the 2 antidotes that the dungeon has. Oh, again, came in very handy because the P-bugs are gonna poison me. Alright. Hopefully we can defeat... Oh, level 5, okay. What a crappy level. I've never defeated the boss with only 4 herbs. We'll see how that goes. Use the antidote, but being slightly stronger, I think we will manage with only 4 herbs. So there's the boss. You will walk up to him. I mean, we came here specifically to get rid of you, so... let us fight the first boss. It's the same track that played in Sarah and Jade's fight. Let's see how it goes. It's a frog. The name is just Frog. So, yeah, it's faster than you, and then you attack it, deal a little bit of damage, rinse and repeat until the fight is over. Very exciting, I know. I mean, we're level 5, which is one level higher than I was expecting to be, but even still, I think we might want to use a herb. Don't know. Yeah, we didn't need it. Oh, counter. Good. Yeah, the game has a counter mechanic where you can randomly counter moves, sometimes with a physical attack. The hopping move is the most powerful move that the frog has. Hopefully we can get him to more than halfway down before we have to use another herb, because we only have 4. Okay. That's good. He has a whole bunch of different attacks, but they all basically just deal damage and don't cause any further effects, so... Okay, we can use another herb now. Once the frog gets low on health, he starts using some HP recovery moves, but that only means he's gonna waste a turn, because he recovers a little bit less than you can damage with only one move, so sucks for him. So next attack is probably gonna die, right? Well, here's something about bosses in Breath of Fire 1. If you deal all the damage to them, they get a second wind. This boss, I do believe, yeah, he has a tiny health bar, but it's actually, it could be anywhere from just one hit to more health than the health bar actually represents. Second wind mechanic, I guess, was put in. I think this guy dies in one extra hit. Yeah, but it's not always like that. Sorry, Frog. You're probably gonna get 2 levels out of it. Stop getting only 1 strength. Stop getting only 1 strength. Okay, and we have successfully completed the first dungeon. I'm not sure what it did to the overall adventure, but now that we've killed the boss, there's no more enemies. And the game is nice enough to give us some herbs and cash. And we can sit on the throne, well, we can almost sit on the throne, and claim our prize. Here we go. Dungeon clear. We still have to walk all the way back out, but we don't have to fight any enemies anymore, so I'll see you out there. Alright, we're safely out, and the music changes. And even the grass is a different color. Yeah, I guess I'm not a false hero, even though, I mean, you just had to be level 4. Uh-oh. What's going on? Okay, the Dark Dragons must have the Quake control. Yep, now we're going to Nanai. We're going to actual Nanai. But that will be next time, because that's the end of this episode. We have successfully, I guess, completed our first quest, helped out the people of this town, which I don't know the name of, and we won't find out until a little later in the story. Let's just spin around this tree, and I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Hope you stick around for more. I ran into a few problems while recording this one, but hopefully it turned out okay anyways. So, yeah, see you next time. Thank you for watching the video.